we have a corrupted government.
Yeah.
I did a proposal and say, guys, for like in that age, or bileng ga le teng nong ga emela ka morra, ne? Damana
Or hanyela demand.
No, wa.
Ke senya,
No,
yeah.
I don't know. We love your concept.
Yeah.
Bona government they ring. Are jobon. Nale after 9 go bethe mara. Pero oyenye. So nna ke jiwe just because ke nyoko tswalla go TV. Wa fa. Na ntate fela are a o ka ntlhokomela ke tla o tlhoko.
Ha.
O ntlhokomela ka HIV wa nga fela.
Evan.
Ah,
So o
no,
declare lo motjha
So-
etso mona ke trackile nna.
Bana ba bojiwa ka 12 years. It's normal. Wabana even me on TikTok when I talk about menstruation, like everyone's like, Mantalwine.
Yeah, butswer.
So we are going to have a generation enaling age. It's normal.
Yeah.
Stoko sa sosh. Hamanskrala. Mamelodi. At Rageville. Kana.
Umkote.
No. Mara o san blame. O itse re go botse ne.
Yeah.
A ke re o lebelle hore wa bana go taxing wa nyewe ne ya. So wa bana ai ba bethile ba bantsi. And a nice capeletso. And even out of all those girls, I don't even know who gave me HIV. Ewe bile aginyoko kur like na lui putsi so re nna bari le ke tsena ka marapito le gitla go tsheswe wa tlhatswa di taxi. Re tlhatswa di taxi re nna go di kawashi boshigo. Feta banyana ba itse banyanga di phatlo.
Yeah.
And wa bona o tla rata this party bile especially ka Pitori ha o nyoko bona re ka nnete David was born in Pitori. You know what I'm going to do? Banyelo go spread le nna. Same. Wa bona di popo ba ro tra di nonyane di betile ke selo mo TV wa bona. So that's it le wala lasa. Well, if you lo nyaka flat o nyoko e utlwa pile tsena. O bula city tsa go back city tse thutsele di nna.
Ke ba sepa di mane.
So wa bona city tsela tse thuta go back seat.
Yeah.
E bula ya so hape tshwara ka dithapo and then ke passage.
Yo.
Why?
This part.
Ke steady quantum. Bo botle mara jo. Ha ona motho o reile. Wa itsele motho amboza re koloi yawo. Ke reitse quantum more than 10 years. Why is that? Sala o tlo kopana le motho mo strateng wa kopana le motho re wena eng. Ba bola sala mpetha wa nno to go fleteng ya tshono ke re eish ale ba bantshilile na ba itse. Plus now we don't na re bale ba di sex party wa ntlaloanya ne re betha re khona betha ngwana re le
OG di what?
yo
Bo
bona
le
ebile
kenya mo go lefatsing leo.
a
Ba
bona
batla o botsa ke ba batla o tseba. Yeah.
ke re bona sex party we itse re tsaka mo rena wa itse di biang praka ke tlo botsa Mchita o sokala le 24 le le botlolo
Yeah.
ne
Umngena ndlini. Yeah.
ya o tsena ka da o kre lo re dolls di 15 Machita re 10 a re nyoko le kana le di dolls. So you know what we do?
For the dolls ke banyana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Banyana ke di dolls.
Yeah.
Re ba bitsa di dolls.
Yeah.
Wa bona bate o tlhapelang go yona.
Yeah.
Ba bona bate o tlhapelang go yona. Re tsabya la bolo bo botle go re reka le di black. Ha o lata beer mo la ro bofa ka tukumo e we tshwereng o nwa yona.
Yeah.
E we tshwereng e ke itse re ho ya scheme GP. Ke a itse re nyoko rata o ke bya di black le di stout go di.
Yeah.
A o popolo e we khuma ngonwa yona.
Mbona ndumela ngamsheni molweni igama uThemba Lukhela otherwise known as uSkim. Vandag ngiphethe abo bakandlela. Bo Diamond bakada. ba re go director ba ra tsela ya fitla go pele ya foka ngitainless ya khala mpela. So ngiphethe out yami ke is no stranger to lento controversy. You know, he's a TikToker and I know Guti is doing great. Space in Sag. I'm always inspired, mina, by young people, you know, who are doing great things. And also, he said, no, I'm just going to be vulnerable and tell my story like it is. We still find people around, abasese nama wishy-washy, digi-doji, dilly-dallying, going around in circles, bangafunu kulma straight. So he's addressing the issues. He's not talking to the ear, but to the heart. So, Autiaka, dumela mhlompe.
Hey, Skim, Kidumedisa also the viewers and the listeners. Yeah, Taviso from Pitori.
Thabiso aloka aska iketsa ngare ke mozalwana o lokile just gevaarlik die boy umanganga blind o kena ka vosho ha kena uthi aka a re lokoloe welcome to it. This is Rings and Bearings. This is where we unpack the issues of life re bua and we are touching life at every point wabo mo filang hore no jwale moya o fokela go teng re a kena jwale and uchilo wa rene Sesotho sela so sa ka se felwa ke di data se tswa le skua ka 12 o'clock ka Fridays ya fela. And then from there, se ke matha ka nkane. Njaka o rutsa o le ko kae?
Ke tsogele mo Pitori mo Orchard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ka singele ya di clever. A re start ka ya mathomo hi because Pitori is infested with issues tsa nyaupe me bra. What's going on ka issue ya nyaupe la? Or does it have something to do or profound connection le language ya lene but that thing is very rife me out. Thola ntwana ye mi kobulu go di robotong o sa understand ro etsalang.
Now what I can tell you GP is that tabaya issue in Europe, I think government is failing us whereby I also visited a rehabilitation center in Polokwane.
Yeah.
So when I get there I found more than 300 to 400 kids. Baloren they are below the age of 16. Then I'm asking myself for Pila, what is happening? We rallying, and then we have seen also Kolan on Mojalav with the show doing the drug busting stuff. You understand? So whereby they failed him for Bamo support. It's my vision. I'm not saying give vision Amutomu, but he was that program.
Yeah.
In a bonds, yes, it's October. It was showing you good thing. Man bona. Drug dealer, but they protect them. So in everything, when it comes to health and the drugs, the government is failing us. It's not even it's not even taking part. Like if you check on HIV in Soshanguve, we have got this thing here, baby it's about kring and the Bluetooth. Bluetooth, Babariksa injection.
Yeah.
When you go to rehab, outside go rehab, half of those kids, they are HIV positive. Not good through sex, but through the injection. The same government, again, it's donating the injections to the Nyaupe people. If you go to Pretoria CBD, you will see Koloya government. It's a brand new injection. So, which means government, they approve it. And who are you to stop it? There is an organization. I'm running also an NPO.
Yeah.
But when you go to the Onalidi session about drugs and what Narba, Omuarno, now we go there, Rebafadi injection. Pela remember injection, it's like a cigarette. What it have, Ola Hanayon, Nkadime, wa move. Why Bafanda that organization? What is your take in there? When as individual person, when you we liberate this thing, government, yes, sponsor, Marwano what? Or no, guys, no, Nagetaga HIV. Ntusengi kono move around, arna budget, marnale budget of our nor batsuvi.
Do you think Relido Akibo Dom Kopo, and I'm not trying to offend, I'm trying to be smart or funny, but I need to ask this question, it's very important. You know, as leaders, do you think the leadership, we have a leadership crisis in this country?
Honestly speaking, na ketlo net. Ebile ke fitlile mo loreng I will never vote again.
Me brasa to vote le nna ska ira di deng.
No, yeah, well, you see if someone what hell for an example, sorry to say it. ANC it's like a Kim party. Sfana says. You get my point? Le ngwana wa sa ya sekolong wena wa tlhokofala ba o lokela ngwana hao.
Oh, yeah.
You get my point, ne?
Oh, ke hierarchy, monarchy.
Yeah, get China. For an example, okay, you wanna tell me that when we talk about drugs, re bolela ka sekolo, let's say go TikTok,
Yeah.
you wanna tell me ore ha ona le motho mo wa education or wa any sector sa bone that thing.
me bro.
But
Hey,
why
yeah,
are you
yeah,
being
yeah.
sabotaged? Bona
Yeah.
nanong the government said what?
Yeah.
Bare bana ananong abasa faila go sekolong.
Yeah.
Ngwana a sa repeated class this year. They are going to push them until grade 12. Why would you say sana ngwana o staka go grade 12? Ananong bare no ngwana if he's over age. Bo mo fa what we call the GET certificate. Ke certificate sa di slow learner. Ngwana na le 19 years o go grade 10. O mo fa certificate sa GET. When you are running a company, o ka ira hoodkop.
Icon.
Already get GET certificate. So okay, then why don't you bring back the skills?
Yeah.
Those days, if you check Northwest, before we grow up knowing Horonali Technicon,
Yeah.
Bona Mudimu Agautima Hobala.
Yeah.
There are people that went to school, Baspana, Babadil, Marapa like practical. For an example, if I can tell you today, I'm counseling more than 3,000 nurses, professional nurses. Mar they went to school.
Yeah.
So meaning Rena area clinic in Barbuzamak. Oh, you get my point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
and then many people Babuzawara Jobon, we use your page.
Yeah.
Who to sabato. Mar government, how taga a very serious thing, alluring it can build the community. I'm against drugs.
Yeah.
I said no to the spread of HIV because I'm HIV. I really like it. Why would you say, I stand up as a man?
Yeah.
Karno, Margisalem Fana below 40. Eric inspire Majid. Every time I go clinic, ke grab asadi. And obviously, I know all those kind of those types of bottles of ARVs. Ke di itse tso tsotlhe. O bona basadi ba bea handbag ko mo dispensary in the counter. A latlhele dipilisi. Mara o iputsise ntse fase. Yes, wa bona ba tlile. Mara Majid a kae?
Yeah.
Why would you see son?
Yeah, yeah.
Now when we grow in 90s, Retsana school, we used to have the lots about the Love Life, Bloodline, Nabatla go school, but the condom, even though they were giving us condoms, but marriage or AIDS eating.
Yeah.
And that's why Hoka level those days, there were less pregnancies,
Yeah.
less crime. That's why go bother now. How far one a GET certificate ga 19 go grade 9 or I guy go to or agarna aksana spani like aksana spani
Yeah.
umfile certificate is a would go up regasa certificate is a slow lane. Why don't they come get the skills but lo change mabitso a di strata but lo lebella dilo tse di unnecessary anano for an example go butse wena esolo scheme GP. What do you think about this thing? Your defense Minister of Defense Force I say masolo go DRC mara apalla go bia masolo or ba secure border ya South Africa mara ba isa go ntle wa ba isa go ntle mara lo re na rena le di border and ke free flow.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know why we say we are saying mapodisa a bereke. If you can go to the police stations,
Yeah.
watsana ka mo bo detective, you will find the doggets. How about Sabara? I didn't have the fingerprint. So what comes in your mind? Eba fetsa ba thoma bare you are xenophobic.
Yeah.
So your government e kono ba fa the RDPs ka mara drop. Lena lentse go mahae. Come to Pretoria and see. Undocumented people ba ntse pila. Ha ro lebela le zokuthola ka mkholo o lebela dama nna tshwara which tribe. And then what comes in your mind? When as a South African one na fatswara. How many people that you know, even on social media, they are pushing good programs. But how na motho a tlang ka letsogo a re, man, wa itse keng, e re ke thuse di boyanyana, wa itse keng, go bona this movement. No, they can't. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't blame Donald Trump.
Yeah.
People, you see, as a self-appointed HIV activist,
Yeah.
people were saying, Donald Trump is withdrawing go USAID and whatever. Kere, he did very well because what are we benefiting go USAID? We get benefiting our L'Oreal and Zemola umbrella. In this dijo. Eh? Why basa level okay, guys? People they've got NPOs.
Yeah.
Okay, Martaviso. Why are you always educating about HIV? We can use Taviso. For an example, why ASAIS? Unalwato they don't go to the clinics.
Yeah.
What a nurse in private. Barne scheme GP walo alo tregile.
Yeah.
Mara hanyo go tla clinic. Taviso to misetsa di ARV.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good swear, yeah.
Simple, but when you stop at these programs, you want all people to be infected. And then it comes to a point whereby or someone is benefiting on this.
Yeah.
So do you think I can still go and vote? Vote for what?
So these are man-made problems, according to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, Aaron Motsoaledi is a Minister of Health, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You want to tell me that he doesn't know me?
Yeah, no, there's no way. Chances
There's
are very
no way.
slim.
You know why?
Yeah.
They don't have a strategical plan
Yeah.
of how to stop the
Spreading.
this HIV spread.
Yeah,
For an example,
yeah.
how do you convince a taxi driver to go and get tested, and in the morning ba mo feel appointment there 7:30 or at least clinic go taxi on a sick note?
Yeah.
I'm a former taxi driver. HIV e grele da
Eish.
wa vrostana ne.
Eish.
So da man ke rush hour da man nyaka checking go bofelong. So go ya clinic mbya, that's why tono phelo or bona ba re plugile ka mo mara wa windscreen tse ba rest in peace Thabiso.
Eish.
Mara rena re na le tsona those ideas that we can help them, but it's a no. The only thing they know is to read the stats
Yeah.
and say to you, like last year,
Yeah.
bare 26,000 newborn babies born HIV positive in Gauteng. Then you ask yourself about that 26,000. Again, it's females who gave birth.
Yeah.
Where are the guys? So meaning that 26,000 men,
Times 2. Yeah.
ijile 26,000 women. 26,000 women, elelone jile ki ila. Eastern Cape, 980,000. People tested HIV positive. People from the age of 14 to 24, but mostly it's females. Bona government they ring. Everyone at 12 years. Agana ira family planning. So meaning ringi, bana babo jiwa got 12 years. You can't tell me everyone at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They know how to use a protection. Pantalwane?
Yeah, good sir.
So we are going to have a generation enaling HIV. It's normal. Wabana even me on TikTok when I talk about mistake, like everyone's like, Mara, this guy, hey, we're two. You get my point. When I get Golung, I go to schools for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can tell you that last year I went to 100 schools. I went to all schools in Mpumalanga. Who's funding that? I have to go to TikTok and say, guys, ke batla saka petrol, ke batla donate the pads.
Government thing.
Government thing. You go there to the government and ask them, or guys, listen.
Yeah.
I can't use my car. I need a Kaya Foundation, but we don't have cars. Last day I went to, let me tell you this story. You will laugh when I say we have a corrupted government.
Yeah.
I did a proposal and said, guys, I need to shoot my reality TV story, my reality TV show.
Yeah.
Whereby in that reality TV show, my mission is to produce a new HIV activist.
Yeah.
You understand? In the communities, it's kind of all about tabis. People are interested with that. I wrote the proposal. I went to Department of Education, Art and Culture, and Department of Health. Sharp, I received a call. Phone like ntate ju.
Yeah.
Ko re bileng ke a le teng nong ka emela ka morra ne Tamara
Gore wa nyela di man.
no wa fa ju.
Ke spinya,
No,
yeah.
I know we love your concept,
Yeah.
and you already have those people ba lo reng o tlo ba interview, because remember I know season 1 takes 13 episode ka mkhwa ke ba bontshitseng ka teng ka re no I need different stories tsa batho ba lo reng how ba nyoko tswella wa itse re damana mfonela reng a re jo bona nna le after 9 go bethe marao ke re o eng so nna ke jiwe just because ke nyoko tswella go TV wa fa nana ntate fela a re a o ka ntlhokomela ke tla o tlhoko o ntlhokomela ka HIV wa nga fela jo
Evan.
Ah,
So
no,
o declare lo mutshayetso
so-
ra mona ke trackile nna.
bona the proposal actually they know me on TikTok, that's why you can
Yes,
see ka di 1 December they call me mo di government they mode. So when just because now I want to shoot the reality TV show ya Thabiso my journey in HIV, so when o nyoko betha nna kuzozo imanyana so na ke betiwe kuzozo. Oh, just because of funding.
Vanye.
So tell me here. So then you want to tell me or nna go vote hape ke nyoko jiwa
Eish.
nna ke jiwe.
Eish. Ba o sha booty ntate. Yeah.
So ka motse ka rai my brother, you know what, ke tla lwela mo ke lwelang mo teng
Yeah.
e tla fitlha go matsong a marai.
Mara, we must call each other out. Those people, they need to be exposed, Mshan.
No, I didn't. No.
Tell them shit, chief.
Let me
They
tell you one
know.
thing. I did a video, Kaya,
Yeah.
and it's not even staying far from me.
Yeah.
I even mentioned on the video, ke re ntate wa ditedi wa go current park o tsamaya ka kolo yeso o bereka ko a re ena o nyoko mpetha engine ke re mo re dimo a ntjo na o ditse gore bona o ditse le HIV stress wa deala le di so no deala le akuzozo
Hey.
ai next ayikhonale
Against your will. Hey, I get all convert no.
Oh,
Hey,
eka-
o bitera o yela wena o ra nna vele he phamisa letsogo teng. So if yena batla o convert
ai
me bra.
kampane reality TV show ya stop nna go dlala kwa kuzozo
Yeah.
o re reile for
South Africa, let us make it a reality. Welcome to the biggest. You know, the stable is going to grow. It's over and you may take it light, but the recruit blind, and we are impacting the nations. That is why we were co-opted. One of them, I think 5-6. It's a Yango DSTV. So clearly it tells you, no, there's something that we are doing. So I think tabaya unse re eminyana o emetse mang ate ka di ngondo tsa tsa khale. That's why batho ba tlo jiwa. Basadi ha o fitla ba re no couch casting, you must bend over. Re tsebe o shapa o thole span. Even le majita a compromise a shapiwa it's common knowledge yabo. It's hidden in plain sight. It's an unknown known. So let's make it happen mchan na grata action yabo.
Yeah.
That's why let's sit down, let's talk. I'm sure it's another opportunity for you. It's breaking news. This might be a biggest announcement. And I get like into serious.
No, I
Let us
get you.
pan. But gemele nishon ando ante gutiazi ndento bayikhuluma. Undo tabekazi khulumela nje kanti thina we are led. We must have the spirit of discernment. Kuutlula uruitseng. I've helped a few people or a handful of people. I can make things work. So batho ba ngata bano emna ka obsessed ka Sylvester wa twa re ne. Mola, the challenge is deep higher. Wabo? So even I think opportunities are greater. But it's just that ubatla motho to focus on kwena. Ha o tshwane le semang o kening a tswa 33 years me bra tshwantse re 3 le bota. O be o tswentwe re batlang. So I thank you for that. But batla o challenge no ha re buele go journey ya how because what gave birth to a man that we see today. Hey, o bua ka di taxi driver, o bua ka di eng ke bona ba ntse ba busy ka di kepisi ka di fly. Akso latele hantle TikTok bona di tedu bo queen ba busy ka di tedu le di what wa ke di tsebeng ntotse.
okay
A o mchaele journey ya how me bra.
e re go bethele so ke feditse grade 12 ka 2005
Yeah.
originally from Northwest in a place called Severskeila. So ke tlile dake le bari vele ke tsena ka marapitori vele gitla go cheswe wa ntlhalwanya hustling ya mchita ka thola spane go Shoprite ka sutla ka nna le security ka ira license wa ntlhalwanya so bano ke nya ka spane
Yeah.
so spane bano license teng Thabiso taxi ka thola taxi ya sosho yo wa bona mola ne wa bona go taxi ngwanyiwe ne ya so wa bona when ba ofa quantum quantum we are calling it Tregate ke taxi or balanga yona a se le ra o chaisa we dropa go
Yeah.
ya ke a o ke Tregate
Yeah.
so we are now we have got the owners ba ba reng he ba file quantum ba re le ba re jo we tlhokomele we don't have a problem you can go wherever
Yeah.
mara wena o tlise nyuko le ba I'm still new pele ke first car ape ke koloi ya ka bya no
Yeah.
toko sa sosha Hammanskraal Mamelodi at Rageville kanama
Umkote.
no mara o sa blame o itse re go botse ne
Yeah.
a ke re o lebelle hore re tlhatswa di taxi
Yeah.
re tlhatswa di taxi re nna go di khawashi bosiu feta banyane ba itse ba nyaka diphatlo
Yeah.
and wa bona o tla rata this party bill especially ka Pitori ha o nyako bona gore ka nnete Devil was born in Pitori yeah so before a tlo fa birth ka mo di josi ka eng o utlwe ngwanyana ha o mo kry-a a re ke eng e o batlang o rire ko ntlong ya hao le gore re ka hira
Yeah, ke putso eo.
yeah then what
Ena
comes in your
molao.
mind o irang wena setse le okay
O
I'm asking you
ponyetse.
that question
Yeah.
ke eng e o batla o rire ko ntlong ya hao le gore re ka hira
Yeah, and then o nana ka kelelo ya bobedi jwale. Ha o sa
o
nana.
ntshwara
Wa e phaka
ne
e, yeah.
condom a e teng
Yeah.
mabitla o robetha ka mara taxi ene ke quick
Yo.
ko botsa vara
Ah, me bra.
ene bona ko botsa gore in a week in a month I want to tell you
Yeah.
in 365 days
Yeah.
if I can tell you gore nna ka ngwa 300 na ke itša
Yo. No sna holiday me bra.
wa bona ke eng ko botsa gore
Every day.
you can mention all the STIs wa bona nona le clinic engwe ba re ke DF Malane ko Pitori next to showground ne
Yeah.
wa bona na ba mpetha ka drop ele Monday ne ke bone o apara condom the whole day ya rotha happy that thing e botlhoko jo I'm telling you one swara ne apara condom
Wele, yeah.
ya a ya rotha jo santse o ya toilet o latla condom le o apara eng o ntse re ntse so wa itse eke ya go day clinic nne sela ra wa buti o itse re mola na ke ya o ka re go botsa 100 times file tletse bjana go claims ba re wena ona flu ha o tshware o tla ka ntho e one every day go tla that's necessary la bofelo
Yeah.
I will send you to Steve Biko Hospital. Are Steve Biko ka chencha clinic. Chavela semi max.
Yeah.
And by then nailena wela or bar are taste ba.
Yeah.
Wa ntlhalwanya ne bra ga bona na a ke nyoko botsa maka. Ai ba bethile ba bantši. And a nice capeletso. And even out of all those girls, I don't even know who gave me HIV. Ewe bile aginyoko kore like na lui putsi so re nna wa bona why ke tsweletse go TikTok go khono bolela o kra wena o ntsheya mara o nna le ex ya ka ke be aka se botse o rape thabiso lalazitse wa understand so o gore he ke ntse fase wa ke lebella ke address mamelodi ha manskrala mara ka ba mang mara a tlhaile sala o tlo kopana le motho mo strateng o kopana le motho re wena wena eng o pola sala mpetha wa nno to go fleteng ya tshome ke re ale ba bantshi le lena ba itse o wa ntlhalwa go roga se re maybe o shile le bana go re bona wa bona ka da savana o kra motho Frustana.
Yeah.
Wa bona furuna khona dropa ngwanyana.
Yeah.
Ke satarta ke bereki.
Yeah.
He ke tletla go jika go dimo ke re o mongwe. Ke re lost paint. Yeah, lost paint mo jaga sphatlo. Phelo re la taxi. Tshwere paniki, tshwere sound. O smart o tlhapile pile. Wa Frustana.
So ke backseat ke mpeto ao ke di city diff.
Na bjano ka mo quantum. Re wonsa strategy. Wa bona passengers
Hey, those are our biggest fans. Hey, by the way, they go funeral ngwe ka thola batho ba di taxi. Ha, e marenkeng e ba fetting an petjela. Yo, they watch this show.
Let me tell you one thing. Wa bona go taxi una le seat ka mo mora wa e bona.
Yeah.
Entse so ke quantum mo ke sliding door wa bona.
Yeah.
Ha ka robatsa seat e la driver.
Yeah.
E khomana le la ya passenger.
Yeah.
Ene wa bona o jamo strateng na o tsena ke ira. Ke rut ene bona West Part ke rutile ke ngwanyana hore how do you have sex ka mara go lo ibushiu hore batho ba ska o bona you know what you do o starta go lo ibya mo strateng o betha bright wa bona ke bushiu ne lo wena o feta mo go lele go fatlile ka mabo wa bona o bona hore mari ya duma ke diesel re lokile so that is it wa lalasa wala if lo re o nyaka flat o nyoko e utlwa pile tsene o bula seat tsa go back seat tse ithutsele di nna
Ke ba sepa di mane.
So wa bona seat tsela tse ithuta go back seat
Yeah.
e bula ya so hape tshwara ka dithapo and then ke passage
Yo.
wa iwa
This part.
ke steady quantum bo botle mara jo ha ona motho o reila wa itsele motho amboza re kolo yawa ke re itse quantum more than 10 years wa isawa azanga yawa
O span more than 10 years.
yeah mo taxi industry and ke reitse Jugulane to Pitori ka boa ka tla ka di extension Erasmus to Pitori and a quantum fela and ke balala zitse wa Frustana ne so wa bana tlhella mo loring man motho wa hula
Yeah.
wa ntlhalwanya ne so I went to this event in that was 2019
Yeah.
Coaches ko ena ba hostile so there was this young man wa itse o inspirerile man ke tshwere cooler bag ka le di dolls plus now we zo na re le bale ba di sex party wa ntlhalwanya ne re betha re khona betha ngwana re le
OG di what?
yo
Bon,
bona
le kenya mo go lefatsing leo.
ha
Ba
bona
batla o botsa ke ba batla o tseba. Yeah.
ke re bona sex party we zo re tsaka mo rena wa itse di byang braka ke tlo botsa mjita o sokala le 24 le le botlolo
Yeah.
ne
Umngena ndlini. Yeah.
ya o tsena ka da o kre lo re dolls di 15 majita re 10 a re nyoko le kana le di dolls so you know what we do
O di dolls ke banyana.
yeah
Okay.
banyana ke di dolls
Yeah.
re ba bitsa di dolls
Yeah.
wa bona bate o tlhapelang go yona
Yeah.
wa bona bate o tlhapelang go yona re tsabya la bolo bo botle re go re reka le di black ha o lata beer mo la ro bofa ka tukumo e we tshwereng o nwa yona
Yeah.
we tshwereng ye ke itse re ho ya scheme GP ke a itse re nyoko rata o ke bya di black le di stout go di
Yeah.
a o popole e o ikhumang o nwa yona
Yeah.
and then wa itse re boirela eng ne la tlhobola le sala ka dikhipa and then lo dlala game ka mopito re tumile ya dinomoro
Yeah.
wa bona le 15 o ira go fa nomoro scheme GP 12 until 15
Yeah.
so ra tsena nna ke number 14 he ke le 14 o lo wa o bitsa number ya high pele nna ke re 15 3 3 santsar 37 ha ka bais wa tlhobola o feletse o le so
Hey man.
so e thuye ka tlhobola sala ka mapuna la bethana mo pela rena
It's another spin the bottle. Yeah.
ya ke mare
Yeah,
re change
yeah,
tsa tsela
yeah,
yo mare re
it's
betile
civil,
sekele
Ah,
di
ne,
beerless da wa mfrustan and o lebello re jo le betha bana ba ona le ba banga ba nya ke condom ona le batho mlebeletse jo wa bona re mo ha ke lata life ke la las and wa tsena rena le style sa re jo nanga so re tele ka mare re sna information or HIV tsena ka di semen wa mfrustan
Yeah.
so ya re ile 2020 ke le Chesquare mfano mo nga inspire ka ra man wa tseng I want to go and test 20 naga lockdown I don't want to lie I benefited a lot yeah moloring mar lo ena ke sure no ka singitse you know what happened ne ke vale stain wa sitse stain mo taxi ke ba bona ka mo left wa bona ba o rasa nyana
Yeah. Abo side, ya bofeleni laba, yeah.
so ba no ke laisitse ke a sosha so ke botsa da man o rwa lwala a rena ke lwale ke rwa lwala we are making a joke oh he ke tlhalla go changing spot ke re bona mobile clinic we ikemetse da anyway re le go fitla go changing spot ke tshwere batho ba ba i3 ha ona re nka laisa lutong ka fete go re santse ke no tipa ke tsholle stena selena ke re sa lo le serata patch a tsena yo test da bana wa dadi re negative a re tsena o ya wena teamen
Awathuwa kana kwe. Awinahani.
no ke tshwile obviously mara wa itse re jo
Yeah.
mobile clinic le clinic jo it's like doing mathematics and science di botata ka di ya grade
Yeah.
so ke dwatle ka da ke ke ra uthi asho mxhosa ola da manjo olela sixhosa I don't understand sixhosa hey ni one line two braga you know what
Yeah.
I'm at work
Jiwa kinako, yeah.
ke jiwa ke nako test I don't know okay sharp di manos non test mola are do you understand what you see on the repeat test I go no I'm clueless I don't know anything
Hey.
ha ke bone se ilon
Kuirala,
are
yeah.
HIV positive yo scheme wa bona dipopo ba re o tra dinonyane di betile ke selo mo TV wa bona wa itse ka kera mobile clinic o lo ka re ke ka mara mansion ka start ona na ka Nkosi Johnson wa mopolo go to YouTube wa pola Nkosi Johnson a tshwere mic
Mfano lo sukuthi blind. Yeah.
wa mana gore eight mapa
ai,
is size
ai,
10 mare ena na le 3 years kuno va exam
yeah.
mare go lo tu napara 10 wa tlalwa yane ka ra ka nnete mirira ka o tshwana le masomali yo welcome to the cooking station I'm telling you the truth like ona na Nkosi Johnson like the way abu fufurele di video tsa ba di beile wa tlalwa yane then ka ra mo motho o sata mo you know what I'm going to do ba nyelo go spread le nna wa o tlo sa re ke di 2 January wa itse re go botse nna santse ke boele toropong it was around past 3 go nyaka batho ba bua wa itse that boy o maketse ke mmotsa gore go phaka and bona that guy am fa di ARV o mfa o itse le botlo le blue na le tshosa re di bitsa di cryptega till di thomile ka tsona yeah 3 in 1 tsile ba mfa maithuka rather man ga re bona do me a favor wa bona the empty the empty box ya di condom wa di bona ka re go rute lokela di ARV tse o tlhatlhamolle di condom nno ka re mfile di condom fe hape di rasa da go di a jumpisa fela tsona no matter what bona ka se tseo ka se di dage tse jo da bona re o stay na shu wa papa ke ro ja dikhwene tsa ka ke re mpe pampiri ke bona ro testile na ke ra wena na ke lo testa protest ke ba re prostate cancer whatever that ne ka rai itswa mona da bona re why o chaisa wena ke nyoko itse re why o chaisa wena o rata ke re mona ke lapile go robala me bra wa itse go botsa first day ya ka ke fitla go mo flateng ya ka tsena wa itse ke lebeletse di ARV tsele wa itse ke lebeletse the whole night sober minded I'm telling you the way in bed ke di beile so ke marenas ke di bule ke the whole week na sanga ya mmeruku boss wa ka ronya ka checking ke mo romele e-wallet ya 5,000 are mara jo bona taxi a singi movie the whole ke re baraka ke na le mathata o nyaka tšhelete o nyaka khumbi a ke re wa e bona e ntse o e lebeletse ka track ntse play so a ke na breakdown ne santse o patela kere wa itse gore o irelang phelo ba ka botla pele ke sa te nagana wa itse ka baisa scheme GP wa bona nto trusta chomi ya skaka ke botsa maki a ka re ja plate o ke re jo itse ke irela so e jo ke trekile ke ya tshwere casket mo di matlhojo ke atile kebo
ke a shwa
wa ntshwara that boy what's that boy ndirenjo that boy antshwara mpethele a roska wa ra chumeko you have got my full support thoma di ARVs bona ke na lwena kandana spirit sa much ke di thome that night braga ke bone dipuku ke di bone beke o na no go botsa ma like you are becoming like I don't know that no like Ufuwa ka re batho ba re Thabiso, like you hear people calling your name, you understand the side effects, you understand. So what I did is that no it's again ish ya ne a ke fitlhile ne ke tsona that boy a ke tso re ba mo tshwere ka letswele gore ba mo monne tsebe a botsa media hae hore Thabiso tricky wa bona medi le ena ya mo palla o itse gore mo rena ke estate wa ntlhalwa o itse gore complex ke block ABC medi a ke tsoro thewile a botsa o mo wa yana lo botla se ke la lile wa itse ke bona ona taba sa itse wa itse braga go itse dareng ke fonela ka ne brafan me ba re ke lepsa ya motshabile no sa le tshumi ya re phela re bolela ka da ona mfonela o tlhaka mo Kimberley ka o mbitsa Thabisho a re Thabisho ha mbotse ro wa lwala ke re this guy be no tsoga lwalo e kraka ke ra ara gutile ka batho ke re jombotse batho bo mang a re mabitso a dure e ka ya go diamond ara na ke itse selo me bra ona le shopo go rena ona le lekhwalelo la rekisa baraga bana ba 15 years ke tla mo shopo kana lebella ke na le mo 7 days ke le mo di ARV ka utlwa bana ba le ba re honkga eitsi honkga you get my point so be no ke bana ba banyane jo bana le 15 ba re honkga eitsi ya go reka nna gore moslendaba e tletse ka mo ka ine jo bona HIV ya ndira mzelwane first second week ya teng e ka tsena ke reke ka nnete I know even today I know how to play keyboard and as far ka twatla ke lockdown e fitla lockdown wa e fitla a o sa iwa di kerekeng ke March if you still remember in 2020 man ke tsana mo di groupung ga level khante machita ka ba butse WhatsApp group engwe nna ke itse ba plana funeral yaka or 6 months
awa ka me bra
ke o chela var or 6 months ba re bo apara di sutu tse green o mongwe a bile what's those boys
yo
o mongwe a re e bile kale ke nyoko bona go Thabiso re ke go kae at least no ke ile o bona re ja kho wa mfrustana
yo
wa itse ka botsa pastor ka a uthengo screenshot etse a ke re wa itse re majita re frustana na sebana
wa
wa
mo wa likisa ya
pastor ka re you know what to win this battle
yeah
I don't know but it's my suggestion how about we start a page on Facebook Sema TV page and then just come out share your story let us see but you have my support ka re ntanga ke tla tenana after 3 days kamuzara I'm ready Andrela graphic design I beta ku Facebook kandamana haira Facebook ela ya Sema TV we linka le personal account ya ka wa iteka a ke ibona me brake tsore di ARV ke re day 9 I mean ke re day 90 mamang in the ARVs wa bona re go March bona da renya tsena kasi ya re viral ya tsena le ka mara complex mara bano what surprises me, the same people who were planning my funeral, 2 of them, they came to my house sneaking and said, now it's been 10 years taking them. Don't tell them. Don't take a marbadi.
Mona una libuka awangola buka ka uphilo ba hao gents ninga yenzi mistake this man must write a book I'm going to help you you must write a book this man you inspire me by the way one nge plug yakho ngene into enizoganga mina abekho abantu ababhaya abaziyo including my mom and dad bebabona ngama sign nabo khata sekune flop angaze ngibosho ngebullet ngomese ngegun nani only now mangikhuluma khana abantu bayabamba testimony unali plug my bra may the Lord continue to bless you because a lot of people bayithatha ngathi mambu jambi motivation bayadlala ngihleli kanje I feel ukuthi le episode today it belongs to you so I'm not coming back le ndoda izokhuluma nje one man izivale because ibambile lento Awuthiyami qhubeka ngayo indaba kaMfundisi.
Yeah, and then Umfundisi did that Facebook, and then Gabula Sema TV page. That was 2020. Yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
I man diatsana di take majita atla ka bona ka lebella batho ba thoma ntebella, like people looking at me. Karne man ka pusha ka Facebook ka thoma post that day 2 it was like this, the side effects ka tswela pele wa bona. So people they started being more interested on what I'm doing, you understand ne? So ka bona ke butse o ka re ke butse le Friday. On next week Tuesday, it was about 2,000 followers. Karaoke, this is the right platform. Kapusha. Someone ambozaro jo TikTok. No, I'm not going there. Barohan, body Instagram. No, I'm not ready for another page. I'm fine, mo guy, mo Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
So you see now, so many people they start inboxing me. Ke bontsha pastor wa itse banyana ba bapila skim GP yo di chipi wa itse that nya encourage are ka 2022 it was when I started TikTok. This is my second page. Pila ke rena ke sa itse language ya TikTok ba blogile. I had 2 million followers. So ba blogile just because I don't think ena le a year mara wa bona setse e growile. You understand? So, no man, let me go and play go TikTok. You know, I understand that South Africans they don't like educational things. Sanso no spicer jokes in
Yeah,
GP
drama.
like and then I get better, you know, ARV. So then it will motivate about to boot. You understand? So if you check my videos, you can check. I don't have a video that is less than 1,000. All of them they're above 100K to 1 million views, 3 million viewers. You understand them? So Kaba tomorrow, starting from now on, let me take the ARVs in the morning. Because now I get the way encouraged. As I'm saying to you, nurses are clueless. You can't tell people to take their medication at 8 o'clock in the evening because moto will know 1 glass of water. And then those people they will experience the kidney failure, because until mates. So if you go like a different, can check the person who's taking the ARVs at night, and during the day, check our skin. They differ. Because during the day, you see how many glasses I will take of water today. I will take close to 12, 11. You understand? So this thing, it worked. And guys, I also drink alcohol. To be in a safe side. In the morning when you wake up, choose time, 7 or 8. You understand? Or Toma with doing the house calls. And then what clean on one mate too busy. Or do Saturday dissolve a shop. Then you can have your drinks. What over shop? You will but since I've been positive, I never had a flu. But if you catch a flu, there's a problem with your system. You understand? Because the ARVs are rich. They are rich. I don't want to lie to you. So, as you can see, so many people why they don't want to go to a clinic. That's why I created that platform. Okay, man, let me encourage men, let them come forward. Because majida anal this tendency, ya orege testa ka media. Remember na le blood O group na le O plus le O minus. Not to go to when you are blood group 0. People, they did not understand that. But with my research, I did my own research, ka consult the lady doctor and the professional nurses. But not so what you are saying is true. Car people go group 0. But you don't know whether you are plus or minus. And by flesh. Car no, when you are at plus, you are going to be infected. I have a WhatsApp group whereby I can 166 people that are following me. Baba Rentabiso, Lerna, we want to do what you are doing. We want to share our stories. Open your reality TV. You come to my cast. So we live a lot when you are doing it. Like I don't want this thing to be like Gauteng Balwala. Kids are in different places. Like for now, you post something on the trailer on TikTok and say, guys, I'll be in Limpopo. Go interviewer, mama. Well, not everyone will be waiting for that. Like this guy are not well, and especially no get swear majita. Carbocheri ogal go TikTok, bocheri ba buyer, they can talk. Mar majita we don't. Why would you say? So that's why my platform mostly like majita. And why is it the most painful thing? Remember Banaba Banchi 19. Remember the ARVs nearly 1,900. 1997, 1999. It was 1,009. People were dying too much. And then remember Banaba between 1997, 98, 99, 2000, 2001. They were born positive. ke ba re ba datang ka jeno whereby the sugar daddies they don't want to condomize wa ntlalo bana ba ka jeno ba ja di fats too much di patlo corner to corner you understand the pits so that's why ba develop wa ntlalo and imagine we are still stigma bona this thing is still growing and the spread of HIV don't stop as I said to you Gering, I went to schools.
Yeah.
But you can mention any school, I will tell you I was there, they know. After K follower stage, there are many kids who are calling me.
Eish.
I would tell you, so not the medication that you showed me. Kwaiba really kids are epilepsy. And I do skip. And I remember Banaba, that's what goes. We will never stop having traditional doctors because they're sexually active. Remember HIV, it attacks the cells membranes. You have got cells in your brain. And remember, you have got a red blood cell and the white blood cells. And the white blood cells are stronger than the red blood cells. So when the white attacks the red blood cells, yadi change idibia, the white it's all. How feel later we no malfunction. Otoma wana ko gola, ola wa perilo tsetweu. Ngakela yo fura are ko kwa kwena santso bengaka how many traditional doctors do you
Ola
have
matwasa kahle kahle amanye bashawa isetup.
mara ke re bo botle guys no but I'm telling you the truth yes
Yeah, no.
because
Abantu ababhaya bayikhuluma ngayo jokingly but no yekelani indaba yokuthwasa manje udla ama ARV. No lana it's not an attack on a level of spirituality or anything traditional abayipractice abantu. Your reality.
so wabona if the traditional doctors bona show me one traditional doctor GP tell me or you, if you know someone ongile botsara I once went to the traditional doctor da mana ra tsholla ditaola re wena lotsa o di sharp no you have a problem they need money wa ntlalo bona why ana when you have this dream seeing a money why don't that money just come right mara wena the problem that you saw go kola wa diaparo tse tshweu ba re na ile ngaka e khulu so na ile ngaka e khulu ile rich then bana ba hae ke mang why ba le phua you understand ke morela tla mo teng so he ke bontsha batho when I go to schools no guys don't forget the boy child we as the parents we said corporal punishment should be abolished bana ba tshwana no bethiwa ma teacher no go skela ba sa betha bana ba ba namela ba ba betha ka one for start and they are not condomizing I'm telling you that's why galebella bana ba bantshi they came with HIV from secondary school to tertiary level eba fetso graduate kona ba thoma ho tswa di HIV symptoms when as the parent what do you say no ngwana ka graduated scheme GP na le jealous o loile ngwana no go and check ko clinic ngo bona re your daughter or your son doesn't need consultation ko clinic ke mahala wa tlalwanya so o level lor anano when I go to schools I'm telling you I went to this other schools with this guy on I think you know him Master Cortez the one with the small room he invited me I went there to the stage kabla le bana he ke tswa mola bana ba ba two and bana ba ga yo why is it this thing I thought it's happening only in PTA bana ba le bana le 15 years why is the clinic card di nna gae ka mo morawa cover ya textbook. Then you ask yourself, she was not born positive or he was not born positive. But who infected her? That's where we step in. Why would you see with this thing, motivational counseling, stuff like that? Because people are taking ARVs, but they don't know about this thing. U is equals to U, undetectable, untransmittable, or ever. Kotli niki mbato no boza felori no viral load auli CD4 umnat o undetectable muthayo jagana aleba lorona le reinfection. Ya boa it's ele boa le full blown no yo tlhatlhamolla wes. Ya yo betha bano burto isetsa the pampas o tlo aparela o rukiwa ele wa mfrustan if you
second coming is imminent. It is very important go ruka ena go ya how I really honor nako ya batho and I don't like keeping people for long. I don't do 2 hours interviews because abantu banento ezibhaya. We live in a very crazy world. Abantu banento zabe kumele baziphethe abanye bayaspana. So with that said, please don't forget to like, to subscribe and share, comment so that we grow as a community. As we are wrapping up, guna lento ya manje ama 2000. I want you to journey along nami and then we empower abantu basekasi. Then open your lid and your bonnets as on Gama Jumpers, Mr. T. lama 2000 chief, because ukhuluma kakhulu ngabantwana besigele ukuthi abaguli kuyafiwa. Awusiphe nje leyo time ngoba nabo omkhulu phela bala babona amathanga abovu kanti kuyabheda laphana ma 2000.
You know now, what I can tell them, go over to strata, spaletse maspala. That's why Raspalosa means also Lugisa strata, and I'm going to be fair and honest with them.
Yeah.
You know, it might sound like a joke. Yeah, or a keba kala. Ergo was on the one. Bondate baba hulu. Why is it this guy gets a pension? He's 60. Why is your man let 10 years and naga see feet? And obviously, guys in their 40s, 50s, we don't like using protection. You understand? Because overing sabiam protection or tlhabi because how tailwe itswile. How ga once a kono wa rorota yawa. So it lo nyogor o tsene and how na bless. It lo blessing is on a melee without. Oh, and so many blessers they are sick. I wanna tell you. And I received Moma 2000 blessers. This guy called me, it was maybe on the first week of January.
Yeah.
And there are three, they're married men. Guy.
Yeah.
I'm HIV positive. Flopo gore setse ke jile mmede me ka mundlu. Flopo na and my partner, we don't know, we don't use condom. I'm a married man already ke mufile. So abana re ntangana no wa default. And then tanga ke bontate ba le ba ba seleng ba tsa madi tavern. I don't read them. Because now according to Natusi bontate ba ba robalang le bona this 2000. Ke nana re ke bontate ba ditlela ba ba sa udisang a girl child.
Yeah.
You were there you were supposed to be the win power bana ba guys bona mbela abaluka guys tsena skolo batswadi ba tlhokofala di family di a jikelana for the brighter future. Because no, you can't just go and say I need a Brazilian hair. You have to ask yourself a question, or why makhuwa ba sa re ke mirror ne mentso. But rena re nyo nna makhuwa. That's why ke ba botsa ke ba tloelo rata strata es sepaletse masepala. I always tell them kere papa o ba letso go rekela mmao koloi ka 1990 ile 200 rand. Oh no, we reka ka eng ile 400,000. Le wheelbarrow na la di ma go next door. Because our TV dilo tsa di fame tse monate di phone di antshana dilo tse di antshana every day. Imagine at your age only 2000. O le bela ma 2000 a man, they look 50 mara at the age of 25. They look 50. I'm telling you. Ba phala ke ma 40s. Check people who were born in 70s and 80s. They are old. Get the damaged goods. No, I wanna be fair and honest. And then if you need that name, you have damage. Onyaka ngo bya lengo sna chelete. Phela remember, engwe le sa yitsi ma 2000 ke le botseng yone ke tlo e rapa song. There are guys who are hustling. Skim ba utswa. Ba tshela mabota. Ba rape. Ba boa ba yo no abiala. Ba bamba tsa madi ngaka. He ba tlhau spina ba yanga ke mbotlhapa ngake morere no. You need to find someone o mumsa o sa robalang le yena. Ho yo o robala le yena. Bet la ke la sififi sa motho. It's not only about HIV. Ba sa tlo ba bola because ba rata dilo and all level. Many of them they graduated but they are not working. So then you ask yourself, I was telling people about Spa next to me is hiring every Monday. There's a shop right this side. Can you grade 10? Maruno nanes. Pela pere gown why can't it's a choice? Whether you go to school or when. Obana go was Bajamara once in a month. And I got child house piniwa. Ha fetso spiniwa daisa go no rwa mochabela majita ka jone ba tsena go Pitori we tsuru hirala majita valley 6 matuta ba utlwele ba tsama valley 6 he ba tla roundong abanne one place ba phatlalla twin namola agree we know that go di tavern onal di camera wena rwa nwa wa nchabela chomi aga skimu o lebeletse o sala morao o tshela sfatlo se ka acid
Aisa.
ene ba itse hape engwe ya bobedi ka mo Pitori rena le ntore reng ke mayosi le eye drop. You know what is happening? Ke game ya no. Majita tsama ale 4 ka koloi. Oh, wa reila ngo ke na fasa. 3 ya fasa. We already mana fasitse. Ko re le baba fasitse ka wena but you don't know. That guy will spoil because you're in a rural community. Agera witse selo ka marula. Ara marula ba deshe tsona ka mara a marula. Ha o tsana bo robala bo botle pho. kore o thoma pele o le soba o mmona gore ke ena a robalang le wena
Yeah.
wa bona le santse mole this guy a robale le ena ha fetsa o robala le ena a re nwe diglassnyana a mo dopele ba le mo motsena so ka line fru a tswa o kry that guy a ntse mole so and then so many girls that's why ke botsa majita mantsi gore guys wake up tsamayng lo irang di-DNA test le tshwere di-pregnancy tse e seng tsa lena ko botsa var I'm telling you ke ba bakae ke ba bethileng ko koloi e re ko tswalle ka story sa bofelo ko bontsha ka o mongwe dikente ka tsena ke nako dififo di tsena dikente ke mokry-a ka mo taveneng ka mosoša a re ne auti a ka šulo tlhala madaise wa tse dakente a ireng a re monna a re ne o se ka wara wena reka dibiri di tšhile a re bona o tlang kry-a ko ntle ka tloa ko ntle ka ya ko kgoneng ka tswa ka koloi a re a re jikeso a re no ke eng se o nyako gore re se ire ko wena re ka se ira hi ngwana o la tsaya sete la polo viva e khonamisa ka daga ka betha ra boela taveneng damana a tsena go taveneng kry-a ke na le ngwana o la le tšhomi ae ngwana o la ke mmethileng a botsa damana re ke cousin ka bopapaka damana e ba nrekela bjala mo dimo bena ka mpitori
umkuta masipanja mfana kithi Rikwetsi, that's how we wrap it up. Ngivalela nje ukuthi sihambe sibe ne-second coming. I told you. Ungathi azange ngitshele ukuthi rings and pairings. This is where we are going to be unpacking it is uncomfortable. Ukhulume ngento abayibiza nge-uncomfortable truth. Ngithanda your honesty and the truth yakho. Qhubeka mfana kithi ushumayela ivangeli. Thina sesamagrotman sibadala manje. Siloko siyibukele lento lesi sizama ukunavigate sifake nina manje nizama ukugijima nenza izinto. South Africans ngiyancanywa ke until the next episode you are still tuned into earrings and pairings. Ungakhohlwa ke tell a friend to tell another friend ukuthi next week same time same place siyabuya. Keep well and stay blessed. Salute.
yo